Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a beauty haul, monthly beauty haul. I usually do these monthly. I don't have a lot of things this month though, so I am going to sneak in a la Hailey, also a little bit of a haul in retrospect from last year. I just saw that last year I bought a ton of stuff in January and I think a little bit in February. So I wanted to discuss those things because I realized watching Hailey's video the other day that I really do love hauls in retrospect. It really gives you the perspective on how people get along with the products that they buy a year later. And I see what the list of things I bought a year ago and I have thoughts. So let me know if you would like me to combine hauls and hauls in retrospect, or if I should go back to doing them separately like I did the last year. I really miss doing them and I really enjoy watching them. So I wanted to bring it back in this video. Let's start with the things that I bought this month. Last month I did a little bit of a get ready with me with the items that I bought, and this month instead I'm just gonna show them to you. First things first, nail polish. I bought Essie Off Tropic, and funny enough I have no nail polish today because I need to do my nails if the babies allow. And this is a beautiful, very deep green. I resisted this for a long time because I thought, oh, it's just gonna look almost black, but it's not. It really looks like a dark green. Super happy with that. Another Essie for the collection. And then I went a little bit down a Vizart rabbit hole. I purchased the dark mattes palette, and this is in the newer packaging. I got this on Vinted. It was untouched for less than half the price. I want to say I spent 30 euros including shipping and buyer protection fee, and I'm super excited because these palettes retail for 80 euros usually, and it's the big size. I was kind of in between getting the smaller size because I think it's more practical and I don't need that much product, but it's much more difficult to find them in stock, new or secondhand. And nowadays I'm just looking to find them on Vinted because a lot of people like me have big collections and very little used products, and yeah, I prefer to purchase things like that way. So this is what it is. I have used it a few times already, and I had tried this palette in 2017 when I was in the US, and I was actually super disappointed. I didn't get the hype with the formula of Vizart because they're not as pigmented as something like the Makeup Geek mattes, for example, the colorful mattes. And at that time I just wanted something very pigmented and a lot of color impact in one time, whereas now I'm enjoying building it up a little bit, being able to do a little bit more subdued looks but that have color. So really happy with that formula actually, and I underestimated how much I enjoy these neutrals actually. So very happy with this one. Same rabbit hole, I purchased another Vizart palette because I love those neutrals, and I said, well, maybe I should just get more neutral mattes, and I purchased the Milio palette. Also still on Vinted. Unfortunately, one shade got broken here on the corner during shipping, and that's a bit unfortunate. But these are all magnetic, so I can actually take them out from here and put them in there, or mix and match as I feel most fit. And this palette interested me especially for the neutrals. I didn't really care for the fuchsia and for the pink and the blue. Don't really wear those colors, but again, I can just take them out or not use them, or take the neutrals and make my own little matte palette. Plus these shadows I've seen on Instagram are the same size as the Cliona shadows. So these Cliona and Vizart palettes have been very, very aesthetically pleasing to see. So I'm hoping to make a little bit of my own twist on it with the Cliona shadows that I have, to be able to use them more and have them more in a easier format. This is the old packaging. And this is the new packaging. You can see the new one is slimmer, they're the same. No, it's slimmer. It's thinner and also smaller. It has less empty space. It's not square but curved, and the pans have a little indentation where you can actually pull out the shadow much easier. So really happy with these, and I am open to more Visa purchases, not at full price though. Like, I'm not up for 80 euros for a palette like this. That's, I don't know, seems too much to me. Another eyeshadow palette that I got on Vinted, that's pretty much all I shop nowadays, is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I wasn't going to buy this new because I am not really 100% convinced of the color story, but I was interested in having more cooler neutrals from Natasha Denona because I love mixing my Natasha Denona palettes and making custom palettes. I've done so especially for travel. They're great quality and I've been enjoying using it so far. Very predictably, I'm using this quad right here, which is the warmer shades, but also this one and this one are very nice. This shade is also a bit warm and it's very nice. This one's very nice. What I'm really shying away from is these two very icy or cool toned shimmers, and I've even used this one and it's actually a really nice, not too cool, not too gray taupe shade. So actually quite happy with it right now, and a palette that I see myself using. Maybe not as much as other people online say they use it's their favorite palette. It's not gonna be my favorite Natasha Denona palette, but it's definitely very helpful to add things in here and there and customize my palettes more. I'm actually wearing Metropolis on my eyes today because I felt like a Natasha Denona moment. I also purchased the new Maybelline Sky High mascara primer, and this is a tinted primer. I love I've been talking about it for years, I use it so much, my Lash Sensational mascara primer. This is white, and on one side it helps because you go and try to cover those lashes that you see white with the black mascara afterwards. On the other hand, yeah, can't you just add another black layer? It's also fine. So I'm curious to see. This one is discontinued, so this one is its successor, I would guess, from Maybelline, and I'm curious to try it, but I'm not gonna open it until I finish this one for obvious reasons. Next up, I purchased a bio oil bottle. I didn't really believe in bio oil, so I didn't use it during my pregnancies, and now that I finished all the rest of my oils and I want something to help with my stretch marks, not that it's gonna do much. Of course, these are just rips in my skin. It's not gonna be put back together, but maybe it will help fade them a little bit. And since they're still quite red, I still have hopes that it can actually improve a little bit the elasticity of the skin. And I decided to buy bio oil. I'm curious to try it, and it is said that it is clinically tested on scars and stretch marks. So I'm hoping this will help. The final purchase of this month is these samples of the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. I actually am trying it on today, which color should be the one for me, and maybe you can help me in the comments. I am wearing shade 11 on this side of my face and shade 10 on this side of my face. I think the main difference, yeah, I have all of the rest of makeup, but you can see here on the bottom of my cheeks is that 11 is more golden and 10 is a bit more neutral. It's neutral golden and 11 is just golden undertones. I tried also 9, which is neutral olive. That is too gray on me because I don't have olive undertones. And I tried 13, which is golden but a little bit deeper than 11, and I'm hoping to tape the sample back together to see how it looks when I get a little bit of more color later on in the year. I had done a wear test with this foundation when it first came out. I can link the video down below. I went back to see it myself because I wanted to remind myself how I like this foundation. If I like this foundation, I can't speak English lately. And I had tested shade 14 at that point, and that was definitely, or 13, that was definitely too dark for me. So I wanted to test lighter shades. And then we move on to the part of the video where I talk about last year's purchases and whether they were worth it. Starting from the first thing on the list of that video is my NARS Laguna Cream Bronzer. This was a Vinted find, and I've used it quite a bit since, Okay, not as much as I wanted to actually. And I am, I don't know, I love it. Every time that I used it, I loved it. I just have been focusing on finishing other products like the Chanel bronzer that I have hit pan on, and trying other things that I haven't really touched this very much, and I'm a bit sad. At the time, this was a limited edition, and just after this, I think they put out the permanent one, and I think that I wouldn't have purchased it right away if I knew it was gonna be permanent, because I was more freaking out that I couldn't find the limited edition one anymore, and that's why I purchased it at the time. I had found it on Vinted new, so I was very happy with that. Then off of, I think I saw it on, I don't even know if Beauty News was still there last year at this point, but I think I heard it from either Kat or Haley. I purchased the Sigma Switch. This is a silicone mat that you can use to swirl your brushes. I use it especially in between eyeshadow colors or things like that, or looks, just to clean off a bit of your color. It will not clean the brush completely, but it will get off whatever product that you may transfer. So I have it on my desk still. I use it. I do not prefer it to like the color switch type thing. I still have that one here too, which is this one right here. This is like, you know, those donuts for in your hair that we used to use 5-10 years ago. That's the same material in here, and I like this one better. It does a better job at removing the product, but this one breaks down over time, and yeah, it's a bit less easy to use. And I don't know, I guess if they had something with this structure and a better material that doesn't break down, I would prefer it. So I wouldn't go out and recommend this, but I use it on a daily basis, so there's that. I had purchased the La Roche-Posay Redermic R Retinol Eye Cream. This is not it. I think this is 2 tubes further. I don't know. I use this every single night. It's my night eye cream. It's my favorite. I have tried other things from Paula's Choice, for example, or other brands, and this is still my favorite. It's a very nice creamy texture. It's not heavy. It has retinol and hydrating ingredients, and I really like it. Definitely still a repurchase for me. Then 2 items that I found on Vinted and resold already are the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion 25i. It was way too shimmery and red toned for me. It was quite a bit of a, there was quite a bit of a hype at the time on it, I think coming from Katie Jane Hughes for both of these products actually, and I just didn't like it. It was not for me. So I purchased it secondhand and I resold it. That was that. It took a few months maybe to make that decision. And then I also purchased the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin in the shade Y225. I think for that one the shade was wrong for me. I think it was too light. Yeah, in the end I didn't really use it or fall in love with it, so for me that was a no-brainer to just let it go. Again, purchased on Vinted and resold it on Vinted as well. Then I went on a little bit, I mean crazy, nail polish burn. I purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nail polishes that month, and the ones that I have here to show you are the ones that I have actually out in my nail polish shop my stash bag, and that are spring colors. These are Cacti on the Prize, Lilachism, and Find Me an Oasis. Find Me an Oasis is a really pale blue, and it's actually the one I wanted to put on today. Lilachism I had just the previous cycle of nail polish. It's a beautiful lavender shade, not too cool or gray. I really like it. And Cacti on the Prize was new last year's spring collection, I believe. It's a very weird greeny neutral, but it's really pretty. It's actually, I don't know now if I want to wear Find Me an Oasis. I already wore this this month, or this past month, so maybe I'll wear Cacti on the Prize today. The other shades that I got were Maximilian Strasser by Essie, and that one I actually decluttered recently because I am going through a little bit of a phase of, as I said, making a little bit of a shop my stash of my nail polishes by season or by month, because my nail polish collection is not out. It's in boxes still since we took down my beauty room. I don't have really a space to put it out, so now it's in boxes, and I want to take out in a makeup bag just a few nail polishes that I will use in the coming weeks. And when I test one of those nail polishes out and I don't like it on my nails, I immediately declutter it. I am done with keeping nail polishes for Skittle Manis, or because I like the idea of them, or because I like the gradient of them on my display. I have way too many nail polishes, so I really need to get polishes that don't look good on me. They just need to go. And I mean, I've used them only a few times each, for sure, because I have so many that I don't really use them that extensively. But I do like to have options. It's quite a problem. Then more nail stuff. I got the top and base coat by Glisten and Glow, and the base coat I still haven't started yet because I'm finishing all of the open ones that I've had over the years. But I do have the top coat in use, and I'm around a bit over halfway with this one, and I'm really liking it. It is a bit of a sèche vite, similar to the Sally Hansen that I have. A little bit of those very shiny, a bit thicker top coats. Works really well, lasts quite well on my nails as well. My nails don't really chip, but they lift, so it's not about the top coat. So I'm liking this top coat. It's around 12 euros, I believe, from Beyond Polish. Beyond Polish? No, the European indie nail polish store that I'll link down below. And I would repurchase for sure. Maybe a little bit harder to get than a Sally Hansen one for me, but it's a good one. Then I also purchased from KB Shimmer the replacement brushes, because I have so many Essie and I have some old ones. Essie had very thin nail polish brushes and they're horrible, so you can buy the KB Shimmer one and exchange your brushes for these. This one is a new polish in general, but you can see that it's a bit bigger and it's much easier to use. The new brushes from Essie are really good, so I wanted to change all of my old ones to the new ones, and it worked out great. Super happy with that. Would definitely recommend you doing it if you have some old nail polishes. It's not that complicated to do. Maybe taking the old brush out of the lid is a bit hard, but you just take a pair of pliers and throw it. So it's no problem. I had two body products that I purchased, the Body Shop Grapefruit Body Yogurt and the Joy and Jasmine Body Yogurt. They're still unopened. Maybe I opened the grapefruit one. Let me check. Yeah, I used the grapefruit one maybe 1 or 2 times. But I have so many body lotions that I haven't gotten to using them yet. So I'm working through all of my stash, as you know, from my let's say beauty budget, or my New Year's resolution in terms of beauty collection and stash. So yeah, these are on the list of on the pile of things to use. I do love the Body Shop. I would still repurchase. And finally, I had purchased the Joico Lumishine hair color, just the paint, the tubes, and the developer. And I mentioned this previously, but I did not enjoy the use of it as much as I thought I would. I used to be a commercial model for Joico back in 2014 or 15, and that meant that I would go with them to show on normal people what the hair color would look like. Instead of being a model with crazy cuts and colors, I would be just a normal person. I would get my hair done by their either educators or their hairstylists, and they would help me choose the color that would suit me the best. They would also kind of do what they thought they wanted to showcase. So sometimes I was for Lumishine just one color all through. Sometimes I had a little bit of a reflects with maybe a brighter shade, but I wanted to go back to that because I remember really liking the color, but it was just very, very bright on me, and I had to buy a darker neutral shade to dim it down, and then I was actually not reaching the color that I am now for years, and I'm not a professional, so that made sense. It's not about the color, but it's me mixing the color, and it would fade quite quickly compared, like I would lose a lot of red in the shower compared to this one, which is L'Oreal, and which I have to do. Don't look at my grays coming through, but I need to find the time this week to do it. Anyways, those were the products that I had purchased last year and my thoughts on them. Quite interesting to see that actually, especially makeup, was just simply bought, tried, didn't like, sold. And I wouldn't be as comfortable doing that with new products, so I would be much more critical purchasing new products than I am purchasing things from Vinted. So on one side it's good because I get to test things and get to shop a little bit more sustainably, not buying new things myself, but also it kind of is fueling my shopping addiction, if you want to call it, because I'm on Vinted quite a lot, and it's nice to find things that I wanted, not at full price, and not purchasing new, so helping people who want to get rid of things, not throwing things away, and I can just try them, enjoy them, or pass them along again. So yeah, the feelings are conflicting. On one hand it's great, and on the other hand I'm still shopping a lot. So that was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and if we should keep these two videos separate or if one longer video is better for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.